there are three distinct, separate approaches, elements to change. The first of these, and most common, is what we refer to as developmental change. These are ongoing tweaks to something that you are currently doing that subtly improve performance in some way or another. This should be the most common change within business. Where there isn't enough developmental change, then bigger change starts to happen less frequently but more impactful on the business. The second is transitional change. This is where we are doing something different. So it's not slightly tweaking what we're already doing, it's actually using a different approach, a different method, where we start to transition this change. And then finally, big change. We refer to this as transformational change. Transformational change requires a completely different mentality, a different paradigm, a different thinking process. I liken this to the challenge of swimming. I remember when I first started swimming, I used to do doggy paddle, and my hands would go frequently up and down. Didn't seem to get too much movement or speed, but it took a tremendous amount of effort. And then as I was coached, I went through the developmental change of actually doing front crawl, and that speeded it up and I became a lot quicker. When we start to look then at transitional change, it could be that I do a completely different stroke, like backstroke or butterfly, doing something completely different. Transformational change would mean me getting in a speedboat. It's completely different. Different thought process, different approach completely. Why do I mention this to you? Because it's key, if we're going to inspire people through change, that we are specifically aware of the different elements of change so that we can use a different approach. Don't use the same approach for all three. It would be ineffective and would take you longer to manage that change effectively. Finally, and most importantly, how you as a leader take control, how you influence with confidence and integrity. For me, this comes down to a very simple model. I refer to it as the 3-box model. In box 1, there are things that we have influence and control over. Box 2, things that we have influence but no control. And box 3, sadly, no control or influence. We can argue about box 3. The reality is, however, when people are under pressure in change, they tend to all migrate to box 3. If you are to inspire people through change, only make commitments out of box 1. Things that you have both influence and control over. Why? So you can develop interpersonal trust and integrity with those you lead.